both teams will be introduced.
Boys were over at our house for film and everything. Honest to God, if they come out and play like their hair's on fire with intensity in the first 10 minutes of the game, they got a good chance to win. Yeah. If they come out half-assed and not challenging balls and just let number 9 do what he wants to do, it's gonna be a long day.
Right.
And I'm gonna be dealing with a really pissed off senior.
Whenever I see him start walking out, sounds like we're missing an official.
They're gonna do their meeting with the captain and the coaches after they do the center part.
Okay, I don't start until I see the officials start walking out with them, so whenever they're ready.
So we have a Mrs. High School official person down there directing traffic. Interesting.
Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Eagan High School, to Wildcat Stadium, to the Section 3 Class 3 girls soccer tournament. The Section 3 semifinal game features the Lightning from Eastview High School and the Wildcats from Eagan High School. The teams are now moving towards midfield for the introductions. The officials for this section semifinal game, the center referee is Cliff Anderson. The assistant referees are Michael Johnson and Benjamin Yang. Let's meet the teams for this section semifinal game. First, let's meet the entire roster for the visiting Eastview Lightning. Starting with junior goalkeeper number 1, Ella Swanson. Freshman midfield number 2, Sophia Kaufman. Midfield sophomore number 3, Sophia Wilson. Forward senior number 4, Caitlin Stanzak. Forward and midfielder, sophomore number 5, Morgan Calvert. Forward and midfield, sophomore number 6, Kennedy Trock. Midfield, sophomore number 7, Erin Hayward. Midfield, freshman number 8, Claire Beck. Forward, junior number 9, Sienna Lotta. Midfield, junior number 10, Sophia Wang. Defense, sophomore number 11, Allison Fleece. Midfield, senior number 12, Hallie Decker. Forward, senior number 13, Avery Chesick. Midfield, sophomore number 14, Brooke Nygaard. Forward and midfield, senior number 16, Morgan Gallagher. Defense, junior number 17, Megan Keating. Defense, senior number 18, Captain Jasmine Haidar. Forward, junior number 20, Kenna Foreman. Defense, senior number 23, Captain Annabelle Abruzzo. Goalkeeper, junior number 33, Brooklyn Adams. And goalkeeper, freshman number 32, Ashley Abruzzo. The Lightning assistant coaches are Mary Dye and Mike Walters. The head coach of the Eastview Lightning is Jason Obarski. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Eastview Lightning. Now let's meet the entire roster for the Eagan Wildcats. Starting with senior goalkeeper number 1, London Anderson. Midfield, senior number 2, Captain Megan Carlson. Forward, senior number 3, Natalie Ward. Defense, senior number 5, Captain Sarah Brecklin. Midfield, senior number 6, Olivia Knoll. Defense, senior number 7, Greta Hackenmuller. Midfield, junior number 10, Maddie Hobbs. Defense, junior number 11, Yen Lee. Midfield, sophomore number 12, Mallory Jensen. Forward, junior number 13, Caitlin Matzek. Midfield, senior number 14, Ellery Bartels. Forward, sophomore number 15, Ella Logan. Defense, senior number 16, Mara Ganji, captain. Forward, senior number 17, Kate Riley. Defense, senior number 18, Reese Berglund. Forward, senior number 19, Captain Lauren Rockford. Forward, freshman number 20, Angelina Illyria Yin. Forward, sophomore number 21, Olivia Enning. Defense, senior number 22, Kirsten Lee. Defense, sophomore number 23, Kira Waldrop. Defense, freshman number 24, Kate Cron. Midfield, freshman number 25, Kylie Weisendonner. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Kerry James and Dylan Ron. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Sherry Ekstrom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Eagan Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the national anthem will be played. The flag is located at the north end of Wildcat Stadium.
You are looking live at Eagan Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota for tonight's Section 3 AAA semifinal matchup between the Eastview Lightning and your Eagan Wildcats. My name is Skip Newton. Welcome to Wildcat Stadium for an exciting game. The Wildcats coming off what I am going to say was their most impressive game of the season, an 8-0 dominating win over Burnsville on Tuesday to advance to the semifinal game. Eastview, a 4-0 win over Apple Valley, so both teams coming off good games. I'm going to go to my broadcast partner now, Nathan Cron. Nathan, what does Eagan need to do in order to continue that momentum and play as well as they did on Tuesday?
Well, the easy answer would be to bottle up whatever they did on Tuesday and open up a can of it tonight against the Eastview Lightning. On the other hand, we all know that it's not that easy, right? What they have to do is they have to perform the way they did on Tuesday night. Great defensively, not giving up shots, cashing in on offensive opportunities, not letting Eastview breathe. On the other side, Eastview's got the same challenge. They had a stumble against Burnsville 2 games ago. Last game against Apple Valley, they were convincing 4-0 winners. Eastview's got to do some of the same things, but right now, they've got to figure out how to beat this back line of these Eagan Wildcats, and I think that's really going to be the question. Can Eastview score goals against this Wildcat team?
Yeah, that's a great point. The Lightning come into the game with 22 goals, giving up 29, and they've had 4 shutouts. The Wildcats have scored 32 goals, of course highlighted by the 8 goals in their last game, 17 against, so a really nice ratio there. 8 shutouts on the season, of course, not only including the Burnsville win 2 nights ago, but also a 2-0 victory over Eastview earlier this season.
That's right. These two teams have played earlier this season. It was a 2-0 victory for the Wildcats here at Wildcat Stadium. And that game was a little bit, I wouldn't say it certainly wasn't a bad game for the Wildcats, but they didn't play, I thought, even soccer. I don't think they played with the consistency and the intensity from start to finish that we would like to see, and they certainly played with last 2 nights ago against Birdsville.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the questions that we have tonight is, will Eagan get back a couple of injured players that missed the section quarterfinal game? Captain Megan Carlson, a senior midfielder, was questionable with an ankle. We'll see if she's able to go tonight. And then also Kylie Weisendonner, a freshman midfielder, was out with a concussion, so she's still working through that. Both girls are dressed, but that doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to play. If they do play, how does that impact the lineup? Coach Ekstrom has had to move girls around, play them in slightly different positions, but I think that's actually been a benefit to the team.
I think it has been a benefit to the team, and I think Coach Ekstrom understands that these 2 girls have not seen the field at game speed and game situations for in the Weisendonner situation, about 3 weeks and change. Carlson probably about this, maybe 2 weeks and change at least, even though they've been practicing. So I suspect that Coach Ekstrom will spot them in for 5 to 7 minutes here and there if they're able to go, and if not, save them, make sure they're 100% ready for hopefully a section final against probably the Rosemount Irish.
Yeah, that's a great point. I like the idea of working them in for for little segments of time just in case. The advantage, of course, to having to extend the bench in their absence is that it got a lot of girls more playing time in those positions. So Eagan is definitely prepared without them. An interesting opening lineup here. Eagan has the ball, and they're starting a power left formation as Eagan's wearing their customary green uniforms at home, going right to left. Eastview wearing their road whites. Eastview on the road for this game because they are the 3 seed in the section, while Eagan is the 2 seed. They play it back to Waldrop, who immediately goes deep. So the strategy there, just trying to get the ball deep and see if they can win possession and put on some pressure early. We've seen this before from Eagan. It's a good strategy to start the game off, because a lot of times you pass the ball back and you end up just fighting it just to get it out of your own end.
That's right. I mean, why pay for the same real estate twice, right? You've already got it, the kickoff at the midfield's mark. Why go back 30 or 40 yards and restart? Plus, by loading up everybody's squad left, I'll call it, you create a situation where all you need is a flick or some sort of bobble by the defense, and you have an opportunity. I'd like to see the forwards there. Small nitpick on my part. I'd like to see the forwards there take a running start. I mean, they don't have to start right on the 50-yard line. They could start at the 45-yard line and get a nice running start as Waldrop kicks that ball.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's one that I like to make on penalty kicks. The rule being, whenever someone is taking a penalty kick, everyone needs to be outside the penalty kick box. And you'll see them line up right on the line, racing to go in once the ball's kicked. It's like, why don't you step back a few yards, and as the person is advancing to kick the ball, you advance with them, and now you have momentum.
That's right.
It seems like an easy strategy, but you don't see it often displayed. I taught my kids that, though. They liked it.
Well, I suspect if it works once for a player, the player will do it again. So maybe that's all we need to get.
Ella Logan inside to Kate Riley. Now gets up to Rockford, trying to win possession, but it's bodied off by Eastview. They're going to go through the middle. Kira Waldrop is there. She's going to play it out of harm's way. Goes out of touch. Throw in here for the Lightning. That one's going to bounce off, and we're going to have Yen Lee, the right back defender, throwing that one in. So we'll set the lineup here. Yen Lee, as mentioned, at the right back defense. Left back defense is Kirsten Lee. In the middle, as usual, Sarah Brecklin and Kira Waldrop. Mara Ganji returns to the starting lineup, playing the holding center midfield position, or the 6. And there you see with the ball, number 12, Mallory Jensen, one of the co-leaders in goals scored this season for the Wildcats with 4, also in the middle. Got Maddie Hobbs, number 10, in the middle as well. Number 17, Kate Riley. 3 goals on the season, but leads the team in assists with 6. And then up front, Ella Logan and Lauren Rockford. So neither team putting on a threat to this point, as they're just kind of working in the middle third of the field, battling for possession.
Neither team really able to connect, Skip. Neither team able to establish any type of, connecting 3 or 4 passes in a row. It gives themselves opportunities.
Here's a break here for Eastview, but I think they got a little excited. Oh, but here a rare turnover by the Wildcats puts Eastview back on the attack as they come down the near side. Cut in, trying to cross. They do. It's well over the head of everybody and plenty wide of the net, so this will be the first goal kick. London Anderson, the starting goalkeeper as usual for the Wildcats, has started every game both this season and in her junior season in 2020. Big boot by Waldrop goes nearly to midfield. Riley deflects that pass. It'll trickle out of play.
Eastview outside backs are a good almost 15 yards ahead of their center backs. I wonder if the Wildcats could take advantage of putting pressure down the wings. Because right now, beyond the center backs, there's no one there. Like here is an opportunity. That ball had stayed closer to the sideline and let Logan run onto the sideline. There's nobody over there.
Yeah, the outside backs playing up is a strategy that we saw quite frequently actually in Egan's last game. Yen Lee was making repeated runs down her side as well as Kirsten Lee on the other side, and it produced a ton of goal scoring chances. Here's a first threat for Lauren Rockford as she brings it down the far touch, tries to get into the box, but has no one to go to. Mara Ganji intercepts that pass, looking for a teammate. She's got Kirsten Lee on the near side. He's got a good shot, try to beat her defender. Shields it off to win it back, nicely done. He's gonna go down into the corner, see if she can't find Maddie Hobbs. Eastview plays it up the line, but unable to hold it in, so it'll be a throw for the Wildcats.
Lee had Hobbs making a run, and Hobbs was motioning with her arm to try to get that ball, and Lee just couldn't quite deliver it to her.
Here's Brecklin, she's gonna tap it up. Fortunately, can't control that pass, and we've got an offside. Good call as she was past Kira Waldrop, the last offender, when the ball was kicked. Of course, Kira got back to make it look like it was onside once the ball got there, but they are right on spot with that call. There's a play down to the corner of Rockford. Can she save it? She's gonna hustle, tries to kick it off the defender, and she does. First corner kick of the game going to the Wildcats here. We're about 5.5 minutes in. 2 goals in the last game by the Wildcats, both delivered by Kate Riley. We'll see if Eagan can continue to show some success.
Danger here for the Lightning.
They've brought every girl back either into the box or at the 18. It comes farther out than usual. Hobbs trying to keep it in. Eastview forces that out, so no shot on that one as the ball was further out and Eagan couldn't win that one in the air.
Substitution for the Wildcats into the game is Natalie Ward.
Natalie Ward comes into the game at forward, replacing Lauren Rockford. Ward with 2 goals and assists this season.
Going out, Lauren Rockford.
Has earned a lot more playing time, especially with a couple of injuries. Stepped up to be that spark plug both off the bench and in a couple of games starting.
Well, she's shifty and she's crafty, right? I mean, she uses her diminutive size, but her quick acceleration to really make something happen.
Speaking of acceleration, here's Ella Logan in the box. Unfortunately, she's tackled well by the defender. She had one girl to beat, and then it was one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
That was a great tackle. You have to get it right or it's a penalty.
Nice cross. Ward can't quite get there, and we're going to have a offside, I believe.
Might be a handball. Might be a handball.
Or it went out of bounds, and it's just throwing. All right, so
or throw-in violation? Boy,
yeah.
I'm
Oh, that
there.
could, yeah, I don't know.
I think it must have been a throw-in violation then.
I think what happened is the center didn't see the call, and I was focused on the far side who raised his flag, but he was just indicating to the center that
He was mirroring.
Yep. So good teamwork by the referees there to make sure that the right call was made.
Or perhaps just a mistake from the defense, giving them an opportunity. But you can't score if you're standing 20 or 30 yards away from the goal.
Speaking of the boys, they also play Eastview tonight. That game is at 7:30 at Eastview, so not broadcast by Eagan TV, but big game nonetheless. Kirsten Lee's crossing this one. Ward can't quite get there. Good effort by Lee. almost got a little too much of it.
Oh, that cross from Lee had great pace. Had great pace, great shape, and it was bending a little bit. If Ward had been, if she'd been a foot taller, maybe she gets ahead to it.
Pass into traffic, trying to work it through. Now they do. Here's an opportunity. Unfortunately, the defense gets there. Jensen can't quite pull the trigger. She also had Logan with her. Waldrop steps up, plays it to Ganji. She's going to go back to Brecklin. Brecklин's going to go right back into the corner. A little hard for Ward, and she's offside.
Last handful of minutes, Skip, as the Wildcats have looked much more like they looked against Burnsville. I mean, all of the play, virtually all of the play has been down here in the Lightning end.
Hobbs with a long shot. Unfortunately, right at the goalkeeper, but I like the look there. Let's test that goalkeeper. The first save of the game for either team, the first shot of the game. Angie punches that one in. This one is onside. Ward trying to track it down before he gets out of touch. Almost gets there. Good effort. Brooklyn Adams, the name of the goalkeeper, a junior for the Lightning. Cross in the middle, nobody but Eastview White there. I do like the point about, you know, the ball being on the half of the field that Eagan wants to see it on. They're starting to put more pressure on. They're starting to connect some more passes. It just needs to, you know, eventually result in some shots and some goal-scoring opportunities. But it's definitely getting in the Wildcats' favor here. Because it has not crossed the 50 for quite some time.
Let's see if Cron can get this into the penalty area. Does.
Yep, nicely done. Ward wins it. She's going to cross. And it was deflected for another corner, so well done by Natalie Ward. She was either crossing or shooting. Either way, it results in the second corner kick. Everybody's up for Eagan except for Waldrop. She's the last girl back. Riley's going to take this one. This one's about the same spot as last time. Unfortunately, Eagan can't win that one either. Brown forces that one out. A good delivery, just couldn't win that ball in the air. Nice play by the Eastview defense.
Well, I think Riley, based on what happened last game, I think Riley clearly has a favorite target. She was looking for Ganji, and Ganji was able to get a head up to it. But as you said, I mean, you know, unlike Burnsville that didn't really mark Ganji too well, here Eastview trying a lot, giving a much better effort.
Yeah, and I don't blame her for looking for Ganji. Not only is she a nice tall target, but she's shown her willingness to play the ball in the air with her head, and she's aggressive going to the ball, and that's what you need in those opportunities. So it's a great combination that's worked at least a couple of times this season off a corner kick. Well, Eastview starting to get it into midfield, looking to advance the ball themselves. Angie comes back, pressure. They come to the near side here. They've got room on the near touch, looking for a cross. They do on the ground. Brecklin plays that one out.
It's a nice cross skip. That was very, very practical.
Ella plays that past the defense nicely. Unfortunately, no one was there, but she didn't have a whole lot of options, so I like the shot to open space.
Wildcat midfield still need to be a little quicker pinning people down on defenses. As the Lightning switch the field, the Wildcat midfielders have got to get faster and quicker to pressure the ball. Like right here, that pressure's got to be just a step or two faster, and suddenly the Lightning aren't able to, you know, connect passes.
Some nice footwork there by Waldrop as she was facing pressure. Unfortunately, she couldn't quite get the pass enough inbound, so Eastview capitalizes with the throw-in. Well defended there by Hobbs.
We should say to anybody who's an Eastview supporter, anybody who's mom, grandma, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, we'd really like to call out more names of Eastview players, but it's really, really difficult from up here in the press box, based on the fact that their uniforms have white numbers on white uniforms. And to be honest with you, it's just impossible to tell who some of these girls are unless they're standing still.
And if the Eastview AD is listening, you might want to correct that next season, please.
Yes, and fairness and savagery, we've also told Coach Ekstrom that we'd be better off with something other than blue numbers on green jerseys.
Looks like Eastview has earned their first corner kick of the day, so we'll see how they choose to play this.
Lightning, this will be their first.
Big opportunity here, getting close to the midway point of the first half.
From the far side,
Best chance that Eastview's had probably to put the ball on net.
They start with no one in the box, so I'm just going to presume that several girls will run. They do. Then they pass it behind them out to the 18. Eastview retreats and heads that straight to an Eagan player. I think in hindsight, they could have played that back to the girl that was running up and might have been able to shoot from distance. Hobbs is going to go back and ball drop. She's going to give it a boot. Down the line, that one might stay in for Logan. She's on her horse, pressuring. Eastview plays it deep, and now it's a foot race between Logan and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, of course, can't use her hands, so she does the smartest thing there and just plays that out so her defense can regroup.
I think that's a smart play. Smart play by Swanson to do that. The other thing, if she hadn't been under such pressure, she could have dribbled the ball back into. I guess I'm not sure if that necessarily was a pass back. It clearly was played back, but whether it was a pass or not, given that the keeper was inside the hash marks at the time the pass was made, the ball was down the line. She probably could have picked that up again, but smart by Swanson not to take the chance.
Ganji open on the throw. She's going to go right into the box. It looks like Matzik might have been offside anyway, but it didn't matter. That goes out of play. So as mentioned, number 13, Caitlin Matzik, into the game. Up front now with Ella Logan. Mentioned Kate Cron came into the game on the far side on defense. The near side, Yen Lee, replaced Kirsten Lee.
Like the pressure by Logan and Matzik up front, forcing Swanson to put that out.
Big throw by Cron. That's going to go over the head of the first two girls. Logan's there. She spins her defender, gets it knocked away. The goalkeeper can't control it. So we've got another corner kick. That all set up by the big throw by Cron. Something you've been asking for a few weeks now. It looks like we finally saw it happen.
Well, what you like about it is that her teammates used it. They knew it was coming. Her teammates used it. And it sets up a great opportunity here for the Wildcats.
They go on the ground this time. A little bit of a change. It's played out well by Eastview. Cron's gonna have to chase it down. She's got ball drop who directs her to turn. Nice communication there. Eastview had started to read the back pass.
Two ball girls throwing the ball
at
Cron at the same time.
I'm going to have to work on her juggling skills after the game, and not with her feet.
Unconfirmed reports that one of those girls might be her sister. No, looking through my binoculars, I can tell they're not.
Substitution for the Wildcats.
She's
into
not.
the game, number 21, Olivia Enning.
Number 21, Olivia Enning, coming to the game, a sophomore forward. Enning's got 2 goals this season. Really started to pick up her play in the last few weeks. Again, with some injuries, needing other girls to pick up play, and they have. Here's an opportunity. Played across. Logan can't play that out of the air. Would have been a tough play. Yen Lee steps up nicely. Now she's got a chance. It's on her left foot. She tries to pass. Teammate recovers from the deflected ball. Unfortunately, can't quite win that. Here's Ganji trying to pressure.
Nice play by Lee. That was a wonderful play to step and be aggressive.
Eastview's had enough of this. They're going deep. All the way across. It'll be an Eagan throw.
We're approaching the midway point now of the first half, and really there hasn't been, other than the corner, there haven't really been even any opportunities here for the Lightning. I've still got them down with 1 shot.
Here's a cross. Lee is there, well played. Goes up and over. We got a chance for a breakaway here as Eagan breaks into the middle. Unfortunately, Logan can't quite get there. Great play by the defense to recover as that was in danger of being a 3-on-1 for the Eastview Lightning. Here's a handball, not called. At least not called right away. There we go.
Referee looked to play advantage there. Would have liked a signal from the referee so we can understand what he's thinking, but got the call right. Looked like Matzik on the other side of that had more open space in front of her. Unlucky that Riley couldn't chip it over to Matzik that time.
Big kick by Waldrop. Angie's controlling, goes outside, gets it there, nicely done. Right back into the middle. Unfortunately, Eastview's there to clear, but Waldrop punches it right back in. Nobody's in that corner except for Eastview. Good pass up to the middle. Second one nice. Quick pressure by Yen Lee, and then she used her body to win it. Well done. She's got Ganji. She's going to turn and reset. Probably switch fields back to Brecklin. Crosses the 50. She's got lots of time. She's got Kate Cron on the far side. She can go down to the corner. Here's Matzik trying to win that one. Good recovery by the defense.
Substitutions, both teams for the Wildcats into the game.
Now here's the situation as Ange Yin comes into the game for the Wildcats. I'd love to see Cron put this into the mixer with a big throw, but to do that, to have any effect, Wildcats have got to have somebody there. Now Yin goes to right near the penalty area, penalty spot. It's going to flick.
There's that big throw. She's going to have a chance to play this, and the goal there was to try and play it down to feet and then either make a move or recenter. Unfortunately, the first touch didn't go where she wanted, then the pressure came and she knocked it out of bounds.
I think she'd like that one back, no question.
There's a long ball, a nice one, but Yen Lee reads it and gets there first. She's got options, but she's going to play it safe.
So far, the Lightning just haven't demonstrated any real creativity in the attacking third, Skip. They haven't demonstrated any, 1-2 passes or ball skills that have necessarily created space and time for themselves. So I think Yen Lee's doing the smart thing. I mean, make these guys beat you in the third instead of giving them a break or playing a back pass back to London Anderson that who knows could go wrong.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes were pretty neutral as far as where the ball was being played, but for the 15 minutes after that, it's been consistently down in the Eastview defensive third. So I'm sure they're just trying to keep the ball out of the goal and happy to clear it. And teams can get into that habit a little bit where they're constantly just playing defense and just booting the ball down the field to relieve the pressure, and that starts to mount because you get in that mindset, and now you're not, like you said, you're not generating any sort of offensive attack whatsoever.
Oh, it's a siege mentality, right? I mean, it's a siege mentality because you think to yourself, I've got to constantly defend the castle, defend the home, defend my goal, and all of a sudden you forget you can't win the soccer match unless you go the other way and score. On top of that, how much energy? Think of it this way. I'll ask you this, Skip, as an experienced coach and soccer administrator. How much energy which takes more energy, playing offense or playing defense?
When you're constantly playing defense, I think it takes more out of you. You're constantly reacting. You're not proactive, and it's just, I think players intuitively, they get more excited when they have a chance to score. They just, the feet move a little faster. The legs feel a little lighter, and when you're constantly on defense, it just wears on you psychologically. And what we need though is Eagan needs to capitalize on the pressure and put one in the net. When you see one team controlling play for considerable amount, the longer that they don't score becomes problematic, and then now you're opening yourself up to something goofy happening. A freak breakaway, a handball, or penalty in the box for a PK, something weird, and then all of a sudden you feel like, hey, we're dominating the game, and yet we're losing 1-0.
Substitution for the Wildcats into the game, number 14, Ellery Bartels.
Notably, as Bartels comes in to take Mel Jensen's spot, Ron's actually starting this run on the track.
Big throw, looking for that flick. Can't get it. This one's going to go out, so she's going to have another attempt at it. All girls have communicated. They're only throwing one at her this time. Another big throw. Eastview keeps winning these. Figure out how to get that throw onto a green foot or a green jersey for a header flick, something to advance the ball. Nice touch back by Eagan there. Good pressure by the Wildcats. Eastview handles it well. They force it out. Now they're going to go long. They try to go over Yen Lee, but she's got no part of it. She controls up to Bartels. She finds Yin. Yin tried to make a move, unfortunately, right into the defense. She's going to keep hustling, trying to win that ball back. Forces a turnover. Here's Bartels again. Nice touch back. Yen Lee. Here's Yin with a good move. Tries to go up and over, but it's deflected. Oh, and an unfortunate break there as Yen Lee was attempting to cross that and just kicked it right at the feet of her teammate. So great aggressive pressure there by both Yen Lee and Ange Yin. They're not giving up any ground whatsoever.
Since they've come into the midfield, since Bartels came into the midfield, that sequence was marked by Eagan being very quick to pressure on defense. And you saw that I think the Lightning were struggling with that. They were having trouble getting that ball through the middle of the field. I mean, right now, I have official score has 0 shots for the Lightning. I credited them with 1. It wasn't on net. But right now, you've played 27 minutes of soccer, and you haven't registered a goal, a shot on goal, or even a shot, perhaps even on, shot in general. So, Eastview have got to do something here.
Here's a run by Eagan. Unfortunately, they just can't get past that last defender for a good shot. So they line up for throwing number 804, it feels like, this half. Go down to the corner. Can Hobbs get there in time? She does. Nice little move. Oh, her touch just got away from her. Otherwise, she had a chance to cross that. Eastview clears it out, and they're going to play it up and long as far as they can. Ball drop, going to get pressured. She needs to be backed up. Breckland's there. Well played. It's like Yen Lee moved back over to the right side.
Substitution for
couldn't quite deflect that where she wanted to, but nice defense there by Waldrop, by Breckland to make sure that nothing weird happened with that high long ball. You always get a little nervous when the last defender is the one playing it.
Get the sense that the Wildcats in the attacking third, they just need to be a bit quicker with their passing, and I think they could probably unlock this Lightning defense, but just not being as either creative enough or quick enough to do that right now. Right now, the Lightning, yes, they'd like to have some offense, but right now they find themselves against a higher seed with a 0-0 score. That's where they want to be.
And to their credit as well, it's not like the Wildcats have had, numerous chances to pull the trigger on a shot and haven't done it. I mean, you know when that happens, when you're like, why aren't we shooting? They're looking for the perfect play. We haven't seen that. They've been shutting down the shooting lanes. Every chance they get, they're pressuring well. So the back line is responding to the pressure nicely for the Lightning. But yeah, that one pass that just gets through and sets someone up is what Eagan needs. And then, of course, once they finally do get it, they need to finish. Kirsten Lee back in the game. This one goes over her head. Eastview's coming out. They're going to play that. Thought they're going to play it to the corner. They did not. Hard pass can't be controlled. Play on the ground here. Lee steps up, goes up to Rockford, and she's back in the game.
Someone needs to tell her there's an overlap. Pardon me, Skip. Someone needs to tell her there's an overlapping run. She was dribbling as she didn't know Kate Riley was, checked that it was Maddie Hobbs. No, Olivia Enning. Sorry, Olivia Enning screaming past her, breaking her neck to get into an overlapping run situation, and Rockford didn't know she was there.
Couple of headers back and forth, and now Breckland plays it up, controlled by Enning. Just pressured from behind. Again, Lee has it. She's going to go right in the middle to Ganji. Nicely done. Ganji has to play it up quick as she was pressured. Off Yenli's head. This one's going to go all the way through, and now London Anderson gets to stretch the legs a little bit and reacquaint herself with the game.
It's been quite some time since the ball was down in that end.
Didn't put that foot or punt exactly where she wanted it, but Eagan gets the throw in. Those of you who aren't local but watching this online, while it looks sunny and gorgeous like we've had for pretty much all season, it is a bit nippy out there and there is a breeze, so not quite the perfect weather we've had, but it's not raining or snowing, so we'll take it.
Well, it's Minnesota if you're dressed for it. It's in the mid-50s and sunny with a little bit of gentle breeze.
Oh, the right idea there by, I believe that's Bartels. She had Kirsten Lee coming down the near side, just a little too strong on the pass. Eastview's pass is intercepted by Enning. Nice spin move to control. Now she's looking for a forward, can't quite get it there. Ganji's going to go long, a nice ball. Ella Logan's got this one measured. Can she beat the goalkeeper? Not quite. A nice play by Eastview's goalkeeper. Coming off her line aggressively. Thought that was a perfect ball by Ganji.
No, and as you've said often, Skip, when the ball gets played over the top, you can't go inside because the keeper, it's easy for the keeper to get there. That time that ball was outside the football hash marks. That was a beautiful ball.
Nice play by Enning to come back and check that away. Unfortunately, it goes right to Eastview, but good hustle coming back to defend from behind. Hobbs cuts that pass off. Now we got a foul here. One of the rare fouls of this game. It's been a very clean, well-played game. Eagan's gonna line up at the 18, trying to hold everyone there. Now they get one defender that goes way back. That one's flicked past everyone, and it's gonna go out of play. Unfortunately, that was flicked by Eagan. So we're going to have a corner kick, the second of the game for the Lightning.
Corner kick upcoming for the Lightning. This will be their second substitutions before the corner
down to the final
Wildcats.
7 minutes of the first half.
17 back in for the Lightning. Kenna Foreman, number 20. Back in the game and into the game, number 6, Kennedy Trott.
So, like last time, Eastview lining up at the 18 with 4 girls. If they do what they did last time, they're all going to rush in as the ball is delivered. They make their run. London comes off her line, it goes over her head, and it's headed. Unfortunately for Eagan, it's headed high and not into the net, as the net was open. And it's deflected out of bounds by Eastview, trying to tap that one in. So easily the best scoring chance of the game for Eastview.
Not on net technically, but clearly a shot. And momentum here, definitely not on the Wildcats side.
Enning controls at half. Nice control there. And she's going to get Maddie Hobbs wide open. I'd like to see her advance with the dribble. Instead, she goes down to the corner. Ella Logan on her horse, racing the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it out of bounds. What would have been a quarter kick, but now they're going to call a foul on Ella Logan.
I have to admit, I don't understand. Not because I don't understand. Not because I understand the foul, but to be honest with you, I think that should be a foul on the keeper. Because,
that's what I was, yeah.
Because Logan's going for the ball. The keeper doesn't have the ball. The ball's away from the keeper. The keeper had played the ball away from her body, and Logan's trying to go for it. The keeper took, and the keeper just completely impeded Logan's progress towards the ball. I don't understand why it's a foul. I understand taking care of a keeper and not wanting the keeper to get run. I get that completely, but that's not what happened there.
And does that mentality still apply when the keeper comes out of the box? Because
yes.
Okay,
yes.
because my instinct tells me and this is where, you know, I'm not a referee like you are, but, you know, once the keeper comes out of the box, they're now another player. They can't use their hands. They can't go down. I mean, they're like any other player on the field, kind of like a quarterback who, you know, once they run the ball, it's like you're not a quarterback anymore. You're just running the ball like any other player. But I understand also the need to protect the game. Oh, she fumbles that one, and
it's still loose.
Eagan
they gave it. Okay, so she had. Okay, if she fumbled it and got it back, and that was the right call by. That was it. Well, that's a double touch then. That's a double touch. That's a release and double touch, isn't it? Okay, the referee talked to the assistant referee. Apparently, it's not a double touch because Rockford touched it between that. That could have been a double touch by the keeper.
Here's Enning. Really didn't have anywhere to go. Flicked back to Hobbs. She goes outside to Yen Lee. She's going to deliver it right in the box. Nice job. Unfortunately, the Eastview defender looks to be about 6 feet tall. She's winning all these balls in the air. Something to think about for Eagan. They go up high again. Another defender deflects that away. One time out by Ganji. Hobbs has it. She's got a little bit of space, so she's going to see what she can do here. And that one's played out off of Eagan.
It's a very interesting sequence where the keeper fumbles the ball, but then luckily for her, she controls it, then loses it, then gets it back, but in the interim, Rockford touches it, so it's not a double touch by the keeper. Otherwise, that would have been an indirect free kick from the point that the keeper touched the ball.
Here's Ganji into Kate Riley. She's going to turn and fire. It's high. It's deflected away by the keeper. This one's going to be a corner kick. It looked like that was headed wide, but of course, the keeper can't take any chances. That's number 3, Brooklyn Adams, or 33, I'm sorry. So a corner here for the Wildcats in the final 3 minutes of the first half of a scoreless game. They go long into the box. Ganji's there, she heads it. Unfortunately, it goes up too high. It's off Ganji. Oh, and it just can't quite deflect to an Eagan player. Played right back in. Here's Mallory Jensen. Brecklin's going to volley this one in on goal. Takes a high hop. That one got a little interesting.
Nice play by Adams running that one down.
Eastview controlling. Sort of. And now we've got, I think, a handball. So just about at midfield with 2 minutes to play. This one's deflected off a wall drop, but they're going to have a shot here. It's long, it's high, it's fortunately into the very capable hands of London Anderson. I was a little worried that might have the top of the net written all over it. She rolls it out to Yen Lee. Eagan looking to counter here in the final minute 40.
Wildcat defense was standing around, Skip. I'm not sure what they were thinking there. The ball comes out of the mixer like that, and all of a sudden everyone's just standing there, and of course she's going to wind up and shoot. And if you let her do that, the players at this level are good enough to put it on net.
Yeah, you'd like to see somebody racing to get in front of that
Absolutely.
shot and see if they can't deflect it. And then also, one of the center backs needs to make sure that they're following the shot in case there is a rebound, because there were 2 Eastview girls there that were ready for one. This one's flicked over Lauren Rockford's head. She's going to chase it down. She's going to knock it off the defender. It's off for a corner kick for Eagan. Well played by Rockford.
Wildcats need to hurry.
50 seconds remain. Let's see if they go long or short. They go short. Yen Lee's there. Curls it back. Here's Riley. Unfortunately, the ball was just too far away from her. Waldrop could fire this one if she wants. And she wants. Right on to Adams. Down to the 30-second mark here.
A real wasted opportunity that time by the Wildcats. Just not. We've seen them do that this year, and occasionally it works, but too often it's just it's a wasted opportunity because the timing's not right. I mean, that's a training ground issue.
Down to the final 10 seconds. It's going to be really hard to get a goal here,
Seconds remaining.
as it has to be all the way across the line before the buzzer sounds. So we are going to end the half scoreless, a half dominated for the most part by the Wildcats, not necessarily in shots on goal. The official tally is 6-2 in favor of Eagan. 5 corner kicks for Eagan, only 2 for Eastview. However, not a lot of dangerous shots, not a lot of great scoring chances. It felt like there were a few times when they were one move away or one pass away from getting a good shot.
Yeah, one move, one flick, one little back heel, or maybe slightly better control. So often the Wildcats, the ball's coming into the mix or into their, it's getting served in, and there's a line of Wildcats, but nobody's behind them. Nobody's curling off and making them run to the back, because what they could do is flick that ball backwards, and there's no one there. There's space between the keeper, the Eastview keeper, and wherever they're playing defense on that defensive back line.
Yeah, let's see if Coach Ekstrom can get them to make some adjustments here at halftime. Halftime is going to be about another 9 minutes, so we will be back for the second half. Be sure to join us. For Nathan Cron, I'm Skip Newton. We will return in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota for today's second half 3 AAA section semifinal between the Eastview Lightning and the Eagan Wildcats. We are deadlocked at 0 apiece. No goals yet, Nathan Cron. My name is Skip Newton. What does Eagan need to do in order to get that go-ahead goal?
Well, Skip, you know, it was an interesting half of soccer. Some people might have watched it and been a little bit bored because there wasn't quite as much offensive action. But I think if you're an Eagan supporter, an Eagan fan, you look at what happened and you say, okay, you know, most of the game was down in the attacking third, or certainly the Eastview half of the field. That's a good place to be. We just have to get more creative in the attacking third. We have to have one more pass, one more quick flick, one more negative pass. We've got to get shots on the net. Right now the shots are 6-2. And that's not, you know, and shots on goal probably about 2-1, maybe 3-1. So right now, Wildcats just not putting enough balls on net. For Eastview has to like where they are right now. They were not the better team in the first half. And that's not saying they were a bad team, but they weren't the better team in the first half. They find themselves 0-0 at the half with a higher seeded team. If you're the Eastview Lightning, you like where you are right now.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, we talked about it in the first half a little bit. You know, when one team is controlling play but can't find a way to take the lead and have that control, you know, resonate on the scoreboard, things tend to get a little tighter, and it starts to go into the favor of the other team. So we'll see how both teams come out here in the second half. Eagan will be defending the goal to our left, so going left to right across the screen, again wearing their home greens. What I would like to see on the attack is that they've had good success getting it down there. Eastview's done a really good job of packing in the defense into that center of the box. I think what they're going to need to do is when they get it in there, you know, make an extra pass out wide to somebody who's making an extra run that hopefully Eastview isn't aware of and isn't defending.
Yeah, Eastview's interior defense was very good in the first half, and that kept the Wildcats really hemmed in terms of, you know, being able to do something. You know, we talked earlier about, you know, the Wildcats needing to flick or something creative to get the ball over the top or through the back line. But Eastview holding firm right now defensively, but as you say, out wide there's some space, and if the Wildcats can attack it, they might have some success.
Just about ready to start the second half. We're going to hold off on the overtime rules for a while. We got a lot of soccer to play here, but once it gets closer, we'll get into that in a bit. Nice step up by Yen Lee. She's going to go down the line. Unfortunately, kicks it off the back of number 14. That was Brooke Nygaard. Rare jersey we can read, because it was close enough. Ella Logan up front. She gets pushed off the ball. Kirsten Lee. Over to Enning, back to Logan. Hobbs in the middle. Eagan trying to control. They punch it through. Here's Lauren Rockford. She's offsides.
Prior to the shot, Wildcats offside.
A good call. She was in the offside position, so no question there, but I like the quick pass by the Wildcats. You notice, too, the goalkeeper for the Lightning, Brooklyn Adams, quick off her line. I mean, made the nice save.
Yeah, Enning didn't wait there at all. She pulled the trigger as quickly as she could. I agree with you, Skip. That was quality football.
Just about to say, nice job by Eastview keeping it in, and then it goes out.
It's a commentator's curse, isn't it?
Exactly. Don't assume what's going to happen. Another throw in here early in the second half on the far touch. That was Kira Waldrop.
Nicely done that time by Rockford. That was a sneaky little play for her to kick the ball up into the head of the Eastview defender, and then it goes out for a throw.
Egan's got it deep in the corner. They clear to the middle, probably hoping for a deflection for a corner kick. Unfortunately, it goes right between the legs of the defender. They'll have to settle for a deep throw-in. They play it short, trying to control. Ball's played high in the air. Eastview does a nice job of running through it, but they also run it right out of bounds. So another throw-in.
You can see on the camera, Skip, I mean, how many Eastview defenders are back deep in a line here?
Oh, a nice spin move by Ganji, but a foul's called. Now, this is quite a bit outside the hash. However, 35 yards from the goal line, so an interesting decision here for Waldrop. Will she try to play it into her teammates, or will she go for the goal? She's going for the goal. It's a good shot. It's just wide. I like the decision. Not only does she have the leg to get it there, but based on just what I can tell from up here, the Lightning goalkeeper, Adams, is not the tallest goalkeeper, so shooting high is probably a good strategy.
No, and Kira Waldrop has scored from there. You know, she scored from there earlier this season, so you can't say that's not a good idea.
Nice deflection by Eagan. Let's see if they can figure something out. Unfortunately, that pass is intercepted. And Yenli stepping up yet again. Feels like we've been saying that all game long.
We have, and you have, and Yenli does not need an invitation to step into the play. You'll love it.
Through ball here by Eastview, but Yenli recovers. Well done. She's going to go back to London Anderson. Just nicely played there. Good flick by Rockford. Ooh, and a big boot by the Eagan defense. Brecklin lines up a header.
Wildcats kind of chasing the ball a little bit right now. I like to see him connect a few passes.
Well, the game started like the first 5 minutes, and I don't think didn't feel like it even left the middle third, and neither team could connect anything. And then for most of the second half, or the first half after that, Eagan really controlled play. It was down in the Eastview end for the majority of that first half. Unfortunately, did not result in a goal like we talked about. But it feels like this second half, both teams have come out with a little more angst, a little more aggressiveness. Of course, down to the final half, potentially, of their season if they lose. Here's Rockford with a chance to either shoot or pass. She passes, goes all the way across the shot. It goes up and too high. A great scoring chance for the Wildcats. That was that extra pass we were talking about. Rockford had the time to line up either a shot or a pass. She found a streaking, I believe it was Kate Riley, and just got under it.
And all she's got to do is tap it. You know, I mean, I think, you know, most of the net was open. She just had to just get a touch to it.
And the key to that touch is keeping it down, and she got under it.
Yeah. It was great service by Rockford. I mean, you can't do it much better than that, because there was traffic in the penalty area.
Yeah, she really made a good decision. She had options, and that's one of the things about this game that I love so much, is that there's so many situations where there's not necessarily a one right decision that a player can make. And in this decision, if she'd have fired a short angle shot on goal, I wouldn't have had a problem with that either. So well done by Rockford. Here's Brecklin stepping up, trying to connect it back to Rockford. Unfortunately, the defense there to cut that off. Angie's here to play it out to Riley. She touched back to Lee, looking for options. Trying to connect with Ella Logan, but well defended by the Lightning. Waldrop's going to control this. Not quite enough on the pass for Ganji. And Eastview playing the short game here to advance it into midfield. But they go no farther as that pass is intercepted by Lee, and now Egan's going to play it outside. Oh, a little miscommunication there on the far side. Waldrop's going to cover for Kirsten Lee. Good team defense there. Your outside defender moves up on the attack. The inside defender places her on the outside. Well played.
Near side of the field, Lauren Rockford. Now she's sliding to the middle of the center circle, or to the top of the center circle. You can't see her probably in the screen, but she's every time the Wildcats have an opportunity to intercept the ball, or intercepting the ball, Lauren Rockford's screaming for the ball, and she's running free. The Wildcats in that transition, Jose Marino talks about the transition, that 4 seconds of transitioning from offense to defense or defense to offense, who does it better, usually means that team's going to be successful. If somebody could just get the ball just instant earlier to Lauren Rockford, she's going to be off to the races.
And it could be that she got a little fired up with that breakaway that was called back on in the good call, the offside call, but that kind of got her motivated. Of course, she knows the situation here. I mean, it's the second half of the section semifinals, and they need a goal. So she doesn't want her varsity career to end tonight. I can assure you of that. Yen Lee's coming up. Again, Rockford's calling for it. She chooses to go to the middle.
That's a good decision by Yen Lee because Lauren Rockford was offsides.
Here's Kirsten Lee on the far side. Touch gets away from her. She's backed up by Mara Ganji, who kicks it off the Lightning player. Down to 32 minutes and change.
Switch the field, Wildcats. Switch the field.
Nicely done. Well played by Rockford, shielding the defender. She's got speed. She goes down into the corner. She's got to turn it. Now she does. Gets it in on the ground. Well defended again by Eastview. Yen Lee stepping up. Earns the throw. No, I thought that throw-in was off of, I thought that was going to be off of the Lightning player, but the AR disagrees with me, and this is one of those situations where his opinion matters and mine doesn't. Ball trickles in on Adams. Easy pickup there. Riley plays that one with a high leg. Now it's back to Ganji. Nicely done. Back to Walgup. She's going to go deep. Here's a handball. And for some reason, the ref decided to swallow his whistle on that. I think he was playing advantage. I'm not sure what the advantage was.
Well, I think if you're going to play advantage, you need to signal advantage.
And I think there should actually be an advantage. Long ball into the corner by Lee. Well done. Rockford is there. She wins it. Let's see what she can do. I think she kicked it off of the defender. Oh, no. She doesn't seem to be disagreeing with the call, so it's probably the right one. I was hoping maybe she deflected that off that defender.
The pass by Lee was a good one to Rockford, but Lee held on to it. I don't know if you could see it skip like I could, because I'm watching Lee. You're looking all over the field too, but Lee held on to that ball for a good 5 yards. She could have gotten rid of it right away and given Rockford more room to work with.
In hindsight, of course,
it's 2020.
Being 2020, that's one of those plays where Rockford probably could have faked the cross and pulled it back. The defender was going so fast, trying to catch up. Speaking of going fast, here's a big streak down the field by the Lightning. They're going to take a right-footed shot. Diving save. I think it was going to be wide, but London Anderson takes no chances. This will be a corner kick for the Lightning, the first corner kick of the second half, and their third of the game. Just under 30 minutes to play.
For the Lightning fans here, that's as much excitement as they've had really all game long.
It was a nice job by Anderson making sure that near post was covered. It would have taken a perfect shot to get it in.
The kick is Sophia Wilson, number 3.
Ball's delivered into the middle of the box. It's deflected off of the thigh of Eastview. We're going to have a goal kick for the Wildcats.
A little bit concerning that on that corner kick that it did go off the thigh of one of the Eastview players. I think the Wildcats should be trying to win that ball before it falls to that level or that height.
Yes, that would be ideal. Big boot and a flick. Eagan immediately gets it to midfield. Now they're going to go deep again. I think they're feeling like Rockford has a bit of an advantage over on this near side. They seem to be playing longer balls to her, and so far it has resulted in opportunities. So we'll see if they continue with that strategy.
It certainly seems to be a concerted strategy, and it seems to be, so far, as you say, Skip, it's been successful in creating opportunities. She hasn't created any goals yet.
Hobbs harassing Eastview, looking for that turnover. Well played by both girls. Now Eastview countering on the far side.
Nice switch of the field.
Get to the middle now. Now they bring it all the way back. Yen Lee. Good pressure D. Ganji wins it up to Enning. Enning gets it taken away by the defense.
Also got a face full of an elbow.
Yeah, that's a couple times I've seen that. Here's a push from behind, no call. Things are getting a little more physical. Oh, a delayed call.
I think Olivia Enning's needs to have a conversation with the referee too at some point at captains, because she gets an elbow in the face. Okay, there's nothing in it. I mean, it's not it's not intentionally cheap or chippy, but it's a foul. It's foul play, and there was some pushing from behind, and all of a sudden we're looking at a foul and a free kick for the Lightning near the center stripe. So I don't get it myself.
Wildcats back in the game, number 12, Mallory
and to be honest, and again, pet peeve of mine, Skip, if the referee's going to play advantage, I wish he'd signal advantage, because that tells everybody in the stadium, on both benches, all the players, I saw what happened. It was a foul, it was a handball, it was whatever, but I'm going to allow play to continue. I really wish, and it eliminates a lot of confusion amongst the players.
Eagan controlling the throw-in. They go long to the far side. Unfortunately, Ella Logan was all the way over on the near side, so she had a lot of turf to cover. Almost won that throw. Flicked here by Eastview. Angie has it back to Breck when she takes a touch. Pass up to Hobbs, unfortunately just a little long for her. This one goes to Gen Lee. She's going to go to Angie. Now she goes up and over, looking to get it up to Rockford. Not quite far enough there. Back in the game is number 12, Mallory Jensen. She's chasing that one down, can't quite get there. Good pressure, though, by Eagan, even though they didn't win it. They're not allowing the Lightning to connect passes and advance the ball. Coming up on 26 minutes left. It is still scoreless here. Both teams picking up the intensity here in the second half, not allowing nearly as much free space. The girls with the ball, and here's a foul called on the Wildcats right at about midfield.
Wildcats free kick for Eastview.
Interesting call there.
23
Two
NFL
players pushing on each other. I'm not
check
sure that
for the
necessarily
Lightning.
that was a whistle that needed to be blown.
Couple of flicks here, 2-3 flicks by the Lightning. They're going to take a left-footed shot, but zero power on that. A save nonetheless.
And London Anderson will take that all day long, Skip.
Big boot trying to be won
Last shot for the Lightning,
by the Wildcats, but deflected out by Eastview. Natalie Ward's going to check back into the game here. Ella Logan's going to get a breather. Eagan needing a spark. They need something to come from a scoring chance here.
For the Wildcats,
Of course, the
back in the game,
next goal scored is a critical one.
Number 3. Coming off Ella Logan, number 15.
You can tell things are getting more intense, not only on the field but off the field, as we can hear a lot of the parent comments, and they're getting more into the game, feeling the intensity as well. Oh, that was an errant pass there by Jensen. I think she was expecting one thing, but didn't take a look. Fortunately for Eagan, it's kicked out by the Lightning, so they're going to get a throw in here. Advancing into the attacking third. Big throw by Cron. Deflected by Rockford. That's a goal kick.
Goal kick for the Lightning.
I like to see the Wildcats when they know they're going to get a big throw. Also, it wouldn't break my heart to see one of the Wildcats stand well deep in an offside position, because you can receive the ball in an offside position off the throw-in. And why not stretch the defense? Make them come down and play you.
Ward gets a leg on it, nicely done. Rockford's got it, she needs options. Gets pushed off the ball. Unfortunately, Yen Lee had made a run, vacating space behind her, and Eastview's taking advantage. Kira Waldrop handles that perfectly. Well played. Jensen's got it. Kate Cron's going to go up into the middle. Rockford checking back, can't win that one.
Eastview unlucky there that the player with the ball made the wrong decision. She had an overlap to the outside that had all sorts of space. Instead, she plays it to the middle. And of course, the ball's taken away by Waldrop.
Oh, nice check back there by Hobbs. Angie got a little bit underneath that one, but still heading in the right direction. Oh, and here's going to be a handball by Rockford. Her hands were up in the abdomen area inside, and it just quick kicked off them.
That's a very unlucky call. It's a very unlucky call.
Center referee stops the clock.
Center ref going over perhaps to talk to the Eagan bench.
Be a friendly conversation, looks like, here for the first moment.
Perhaps the referees from out of town wants to know where's a good place to eat in Eagan.
Got several good restaurants in the greater Eagan area. Coach Ekstrom gets her explanation.
Foul was called on the Wildcats prior to the.
I think she was wondering how that could have been a handball, but not sure if
free kick for the Lightning upcoming.
Not exactly sure if that was necessarily dissent or whether there just needed to be a conversation, but the center referee obviously didn't deem anything to be over the top. As you say, Skip, the game's been fairly clean. We had a few mystifying decisions here in the second half.
Some nice hustle here by both teams, actually, to win these 50-50 balls. Give and go there, trying to connect back with Rockford. She does a nice job of pressuring that, even though she had no chance of winning it. She pressured it enough to force a mistake, a kick out of bounds. As we come down to the final 22 minutes and change of regulation play, naturally this game must conclude with a winner. So there's no draw option tonight. If the game ends in a tie, we will go to overtime, and we'll explain that in a little bit later. But for now, let's focus on getting that go-ahead goal. Here's one that comes through. Let's see if Matzik can get on it, or Ward, excuse me. She's being pressured from behind. Drops it back. We're going to have a deep throw-in. This is Kate Cron. You've talked about this before. Let's see if she goes with the long one. She tries to go back. Ganji was open, but she's going to have to control it quickly. Goes back to Cron. She has a chance to cross, and does. Was flicked up in the air. Eagan has it, they cross. Unfortunately, Eastview's right there. They needed to get that one up in the air or in a different direction. Nice job recovery defense there by the Lightning. This one's deflected further into the box, right to a Lightning defender. They've got several girls back.
Better communication there on the back line for the Wildcats. It's going to give them opportunities. Right now, they're not 100% sure who's going for the ball.
Oh, nice control there by, I believe, Enning. I think that the strategy here for the Wildcats might be to take a deep shot, see if they can't put one in over the head of Adams. Unless they can get a through ball here to Ward.
Nice play by the Lightning defense there. Safety first. She probably, for just a second, thought, do I play this back to Adams? Smart play was to put it out.
It would have taken a perfect play to go back to the goalkeeper there, and from that distance, there's just no margin for error. And I think yes, you made the right analysis on that. Don't take any chances. Kick it out of bounds. They've done a good job of playing team defense all game long, so you can rely on the fact that they'll be lined up and can do so for the rest of the game. No need to take unnecessary chances at this stage of a tie game.
Last scoring update we had from the Rosemount Irish versus Bloomington Jefferson Jaguar semifinal on the other side of the bracket had Rosemount 1, Jefferson 0. Not sure if that was close to halftime, maybe just on the other side of halftime. So close game between Rosemount and Jefferson.
And if I believe I'm correct, Jefferson is the 4 seed. Is that?
I think that's correct, Skip.
He's going to call here against
the Wildcats. Free kick.
The Wildcats. So another free kick for Eastview. Feels like there's been quite a few free kicks for Eastview this half.
On the kick.
Big boot. Ganji wins that one. Nicely done. Jensen runs through it, gets it up to Enning, back to Jensen. Nice pullback for space. She's got time over to Bartels. Bartels is going to play that one into the corner. It's Kate Riley. Unfortunately, defense is in a perfect position. Needed to go more to the corner.
Yeah, I like how Bartels, how quickly she played that ball, though, Skip. I mean, she played it quickly. She did not try to dribble with it and then let Rockford run out of room.
Yen Lee with a cross. She got a lot of it, a lot more than I initially thought.
Goal kick,
Was
Eastview.
well through everybody.
I think we want Yen Lee shooting from there, to be honest with you. If you're going to cross the ball like that, let's put it on frame.
I think we could ask her right now, she would say that I didn't want to get that much on it. That got a little aggressive. But the right idea for sure. It was a nice play off the throw-in as well. The throw-in and then tap back for the cross. One in the air briefly by Eagan. Oh, and thought Eastview was going to go deep. They do not. Tackled at midfield by Bartels. Eagan has a chance. They're trying to feed it through. They cannot. Straight to the defense. Angie has it. She's got players on either side. Plays Enning. Enning looking for either a shooting lane or a teammate. Now a long shot. Ooh, a short shot. Enning. It's off the pipe. It's not in. It's off the pipe. An amazing shot. It didn't find the net. I thought it was going to go home. Tapped out by Breckland here. It was almost a standing still shot. I believe that might have been Bartels.
It was Bartels. It was a great shot.
It was one of those that when she first wound up, it looked harmless, but then the longer it went, the better it looked. And as we've talked about, the far shots should be the strategy for the Wildcats because shooting high is definitely going to be successful against Adams. She had absolutely zero chance to save that. If that thing hadn't hit the pipe, it was in. Angie has it. I think some renewed energy here for the Wildcats. Even though they didn't score, they feel like they're getting closer and closer. Down to about 17 minutes left. A big throw-in for Cron, but unfortunately cut off by the substitution. Lauren Rockford replacing Natalie Ward. Drops her laundry there.
And we expected, you know, we thought Bartels might score there, and it was kind of a sneaky good shot. But why weren't the Wildcats crashing there? I mean, I know there's a tendency to ball watch, but you know, if you know that you're looking for rebounds in a 0-0 game, boy, it'd be really nice if somebody had been crashing. If somebody had been crashing, Wildcats might have poked that home.
Yeah, that ball came off the pipe and trickled through the middle of the box, and nobody was there. And this one's going to be a goal kick.
Goal kick.
I mean, right now, if I'm in a green uniform and I've got a teammate putting one on frame, anywhere even close to the frame, I am running like mad, breaking my neck to get to the penalty spot to have an opportunity for a rebound. And there are 12 seniors on this Eagan team. There are 6 seniors for Eastview. Somebody's season's going to end tonight. Somebody's high school soccer career is going to end tonight. And right now, you know, if you're a senior, you've got to be saying to yourself, I'm not going to let it be me unless I've given every ounce onto this pitch.
Breckland has it in the back. She goes on for Riley, tries to touch it out to Bartels. Nice control. Yen Lee has a tricky one. She just has to play it long. Well done. Bartels deflects it over to Ganji. She's going to have to get rid of it quick, and does. Nicely done. Enning has it, but she turns right into a defender. Need to shield that one. Oh, nice check back by Eagan, by Bartels. Up to Riley. Trying to spin her girl. Well defend. Now she's got space. Now she can turn. Oh, there's the through ball attempt. Can't quite get it there. She was looking for either Bartels or Rockford. Both were streaking towards the middle. Here's Enning. She's bullied off the ball temporarily, but almost wins it back. Now here's a long play. Eagan's going to have to get back in a hurry. Nice job by Yen Lee. Over to Breckland. Played out by Jensen. Now we got Cron playing it up, looking for a touch here by Rockford. Can she use her speed to get around the defender? She's knocked off the ball. No call. Probably a good one. She did get the ball. Breckland racing. She's going to go all the way back. Good choice. It's really the only option she had. London Anderson's going to come up and play that one on the far side. Nice flick by Bartels. Unfortunately, Riley does get there. Well played. Into Bartels. Over to Ganji. The speed of the game is picking up quite a bit here. And a long boot by Lee. Trying to connect with Rockford. Let's see if she can make something happen 1-on-3. That's a tough tough task. Angie goes a little too far wide. I don't think that's where she wanted that. That might have been one of those where she changed her mind, like she was going to go deep and then realized, oh, I've got Cron, and it went in between.
Girls, the Wildcats have got to play a little easier, just a little bit easier. You saw Riley try to turn somebody on top of her. She had a negative pass she could take. She ended up getting space and was able to turn, but you know, that's a situation where you just play it negative and then reset it. And if the girls can do that, I think they're going to be successful.
Lee's got it. I think Rockford was in an offside position. She was. Easy call.
Offside Wildcats.
Bottom line is, if I can call it before the ref puts his flag up, it was an obvious call.
Yeah, I think that's safe. Up here in the press box, we have a great view, but nobody has a better view than the assistant referee of the offsides line. But if you can see it, he's going to see it.
Played up over the top. We'll see if Eagan can win that. That was a little bit tough.
Look how many defenders were in the line that time for the Lightning. They had 5 back, Skip. They are definitely, the Lightning are definitely looking at this as, hey, we're at 0-0, and we're going to be, now that absolutely should have been a foul. I'm not sure what the referee was thinking there.
Turning a shot, not even on goal, but picked up by Adams.
I mean, I know Rockford's looking to go to ground, and I know she's looking to draw contact, but if she can't get, if she's taken down going around a player, I think that's a foul.
Kirsten Lee controls it and then flex it off a defender. It comes to the middle. Eastview controls. They're going to try to split Egan's defenders. It's played through the middle. Breckland's racing there, and Waldrop's there as well. Good recovery by Eagan defense. They haven't been tested in a while. It's been down in the Eastview end for quite some time. 12 minutes to play in regulation.
I think if you're the Wildcats here, you definitely don't want to go to extra time. You don't want to go to penalty kicks. Anything can happen. You want to win it in regulation. The Wildcats have an opportunity to do that, but they're going to have to get shots on frame.
For those of you curious about overtime, it is 2 10-minute halves. However, it is a golden goal situation in the section playoffs, so the first team to score wins the game. They do not play the entire overtime period if a team scores. If nobody scores, then it goes to a shootout, and that is exactly, in my opinion, what Eagan wants to avoid. Not because I don't think they can win it, just because it always feels like the team that dominates play but doesn't score never is successful in shootouts, and I don't know why that is.
I saw that last year with my own eyes as the Wildcats played the Rosemount Irish in the quarterfinals on the boys' side, and I could not for the life of me understand how a team could dominate play for an entire half of soccer and extra time.
Oh, here's a nice ball into the box, offside by Riley.
And not win a shootout.
Yeah.
A lot of emotions. You get a sense that this crowd, supporters of both sides, players that know each other, there's going to be a lot of emotion on this field at the end of this game, win or lose. Well, I should say someone's going to win and someone's going to lose.
Here's a long ball. This one is onside. Rockford's on the race. She's got a chance to win it. Can she flick it past the keeper? She does! A goal! The go-ahead goal! Lauren Rockford uses her speed and power, puts it in the net, and with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to play, Eagan has a 1-0 lead.
Lauren Rockford's been testing the Lightning defense all game long, and finally she gets what she needs, some good service, and it comes towards her. It lets her run onto it, but notably, an Eastview defender was keeping her onside. She was past the defender she was closest to, but there was another defender closer, nearer to where we are on this side of the field that was keeping Lauren Rockford onside, and Lauren Rockford then was able to finish, made no hesitation in punching that past Adams.
So now Eagan needs to play good, smart soccer to finish this game off. There's still 10 minutes of play. That's a lot of time, and you know Eastview is going to come out much more aggressively because now they have absolutely nothing to lose. They are going to go for that tying goal. we shouldn't see them play nearly as safely defensively as we've seen for most of the game, which of course does open up the opportunity for Eagan to counterattack. But Eagan needs to take care of things, between their midfielder and their back line. So that long ball played by defense, Kira Waldrop, her first assist of the season. A beautiful ball over the heads of everyone, and Rockford with the speed to run onto it and make the play. A huge goal.
In the 70th minute, substitutions for Eastview: Avery Chesick, number 13, and Aaron Hayward, number 7, back in.
Eastview. Go ahead, sir.
Pardon me, I was going to say, Eagan needs to double down on their defensive intensity. And right now, at least on that series of throw-ins for Eastview, they were not intense defensively. They've got to get it. As soon as Eastview has the ball, there has to be a green jersey 3 feet away. That's how it has to be for the remainder of this game.
For the Wildcats, number 12, Mallory Jensen, back in.
And if Eagan's going to play a deep ball trying to counterattack, one thing I don't want to see is an offside, because that negates the time that is wasted by a deep ball. I would like to see Eagan be a little smarter there, making sure they're staying on side. I still want to see aggressiveness. I don't mind an opportunity for a second goal, but again, playing smart here. 8.5 minutes to go, keeping it out of their end as much as possible and wasting time should be the strategy for the Wildcats. Again, Lee, good pressure defense, not letting her turn.
Nicely done.
Forcing the turnover. Oh, unfortunately, Riley couldn't quite control that. That was a hard ball. That would have been a great steal for Eagan.
I'd like to see one of those strikers. I think maybe it's Riley now. Sink back, slide back into that midfield and give them even more defensive pressure and presence.
Yen Lee just continuously defending these throws and kicking it out of bounds. Of course, each one taking a few seconds. Now they switch fields.
Wildcats have to support each other. Don't run away from the ball. Make sure the player with the ball has got options.
Nice hard pass up. There's a tackle at midfield, no call. Eagan does have the ball and control. Eastview struggling to get back. Nice cross in the middle. There's numbers there. Unfortunately, the ball goes right to the one defender that was in the way. Eagan had 3-4 girls on the back line. Now they need to hustle back. Eastview's got an opportunity here as they're down to about a 2-on-2. Finally, Waldrop gets back, but it's still played outside. Eastview puts it in the middle. There's a shot. A pass deflected, not on goal. Would like to see a little more aggressive defending here by the Wildcats, as that turned into a great scoring chance as Eastview almost nicked the equalizer.
There need to be 11 players right now playing defense and intense defense, and they're not. The Wildcats are not stepping to the ball fast enough. They're not being aggressive enough defensively to deny the Lightning any opportunity. That's what you open yourself up to, a ball that gets that you miss-hit or takes a weird bounce, and all of a sudden you've got a problem.
Pass on the corner, racing onto it. The Wildcats, they win it. Let's see if they can put something on net here. Cross it in the middle, unfortunately, too close to Adams, as Eagan had aggressive numbers. They had 3 girls in the box. Now the punt goes over the head. A quick counterattack option here for Eastview. Kirsten Lee has it to Hobbs. Moves to the inside.
I'm not sure why 3 players are in the opponent's box with a 1-goal lead. I mean, it seems like a little more conservative play might be smarter there.
Almost a great deflection up the line by Yen Lee as she was being pressured from behind. It was a hard pass to handle. Still got it in the correct direction. Yen Lee plays in the middle looking for an Eagan teammate. Ella Logum, some great aggressiveness. That's what we're looking for, that kind of play by her and Yen Lee. Waldrop steps up. Eagan starting to pressure those girls a little bit more. Here's a ball that Brecklin smartly gets her body in front of. Well played. This one's going to go out of bounds. We're down to the final 5 minutes of regulation. Eagan clinging to this 1-goal lead. trying to advance to the section finals next Tuesday here at Wildcat Stadium. Here's a long ball. There's a breakaway for Ella Logan. She's in the clear. She's going to take a touch. Now she's going to shoot. She does. It's up and over Adams and over the goal. A nice save by Adams as she punched it over the net. That was almost the nail in the coffin there by Ella Logan. Good decision to take the shot farther out. She was getting run down from behind. I don't think she could have afforded one more touch.
What I like the most about that is Kate Riley, who delivered the ball to Logan, didn't hesitate. She got the ball off her foot very, very quickly to give Logan an opportunity to use some of the field to settle it.
Now here's a short one to Brecklin. She's going to go long off the pipe.
Goal kick Eastview.
Well, the execution was good. It's not where Brecklin wanted to put the ball, but
Yeah.
at least the execution was good. And with a 1-goal lead, I don't mind the short corner quite so much.
I actually was anticipating maybe they were going to take a little time to play the two-man game down in the corner to see if they could kill some time.
For some reason, the clock is stopped. I'm not sure why would it be stopped?
I don't know, but Eagan has a opportunity here. Logan finds herself with space. Her centering attempt is headed out. Now Ganji has it. I think there's a little miscommunication there. I thought, looks like Jensen thought Logan was there. She wasn't. No worries. Just win the throw-in. Kate Riley has it. Puts it in the middle. No one there, but
No one there.
Eagan continuously putting more pressure on.
Hanley needs to put this down the line. Do not screw around in the middle of the field. Down the line, nicely done. That's what we'll take. I think that's the right call.
They call the handball. I saw it, wasn't sure they were going to call it. I didn't want to say anything and alert the referee in case he's got an earpiece listening.
I was going to say in case he's listening. Well, that's a massive, massive kick.
Oh, a nice flick there by Eastview. Trying to make something happen, pressured by Waldrop. Does a poke check, can't get it away. But she gets in front of that one, and now she's just going to kick it slowly towards the line. Well done there by Kiera Waldrop. Oh, saved by Eastview. They're playing this. Nice move by Eastview. Egan's got to get a little more intensity here. Waldrop just calmly wins the ball back. She dribbles it out of bounds.
And not nearly enough intensity from a defensive standpoint. The Wildcats are standing around, and they're not. As soon as the ball's touched by a white player, there has to be an Eagan player pressuring them, and there's not. There's too much ball watching.
Down to just under 3 minutes as it comes into the middle. Here's Yen Lee. Hopefully she can get rid of it. She does. Nicely done. Ganji tried to flick it on the outside. Couldn't quite execute. Eastview either lining up a cross or a shot. Instead, they go to the far touch. Now a nice move. They're going to be able to cross this one. It's going to be deflected off. Fortunately, not out of play. This one comes in on London Anderson. By the time she fields it, it is past the goal line, so we're going to have a goal kick.
I'd like to see some situational awareness here for the Wildcats, too. Take an extra couple of seconds here, Kiera Waldrop. Take an extra couple seconds on every throw.
Header goes over towards Bartel. She can't win that one. It's played down the line, but not saved. Less than 2 minutes to play. We're going to have a substitution and a clock stoppage for the Eagan substitution here.
Back in for the Wildcats, Kate Cron, number 24.
Kate Cron is going to come in for
number 6.
Kirsten Lee. I believe Olivia Knoll coming in up front for Natalie Ward. Ella's got it. She's going to try to move it down the line. Can she use her speed to get past her? A nice sliding play, a huge play by the defense. If she doesn't make that, Ella Logan is off to the races.
I mean, I want to score another goal, but Kate Riley, slow down to take that throw.
Brecklin with a big kick all the way over to the Lightning bench. Less than 90 seconds left. Throw-in headed by Eagan. Goal now is just to try to get it past that back line.
Keep it in the end. Keep it in the Lightning end. If you do that, you've been successful.
Eastview trying to connect some passes to work it down. They can't get it past the 50. Good delay defense there by the Wildcats. Now they've got it. Cron's going to give this one a boot. Good decision and well executed. Nicely down the touchline. Can it be saved? The answer is yes. Well played. Now Eagan has it. Ganji takes no chances, right back down the line. Excellent ball. It's going to be a throw-in, but we'll take that. We are down to just about 30 seconds left. Wildcats doing a great job of pinning this ball into the end.
Clock is stopped by the center referee.
Center ref stops it because the ball got too far away. Apparently the rules changed in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. I mean, the ball girl's chasing a ball. It's not like she's like delaying something.
There's a push from behind, no call. Brecklin heads that one over to Cron. Nicely done. Cron, take a touch. There you go. Well played.
That should do it.
That is going to be the end of the game. They don't have enough time now to get it down there. We're down to 5 seconds. Cron wisely misplays that throw. Gives it a big chuck, and the Eagan Wildcats are returning to the Section 3 AAA championship game, which if the earlier score holds true, it'll be a rematch of last year's Eagan-Rosemount final, one that Eagan won 1-0. Speaking of 1-0 Eagan wins, that is our final here tonight. A huge goal on a breakaway by Lauren Rockford. She put it into the left corner with just about 10 minutes to play, and Eagan holds on. Nathan, they pulled it out. They really controlled play for the majority of the game, and they finally got one home.
Well, they did, and they did because they were able to get Lauren Rockford free and give her enough space to work. They didn't give her a ball so close to the goal and the goalie that the goalie was able to make a play on it or disrupt that and come out and take the ball. So, I like the fact that they kept playing what they had, doing what they had to do. To be honest, I thought the back line for the Wildcats for most of the game was very, very solid. Not very many good scoring opportunities for the Lightning. Maybe 2 chances or 3 chances to really throw it on net. But London Anderson, experienced keeper, does a good job of not giving up rebounds, as you've astutely pointed out several times this season. I think the Wildcats played well. They need to play, but they're going to have to play better in the next game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They need to bring their best game of the season, no matter who they play. Next Tuesday, that'll be right back here at Wildcat Stadium, whether it's Bloomington Jefferson or the Rosemount Irish. A huge win for the Wildcats, 1-0 over the Eastview Lightning. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We hope to be back. We should be back next Tuesday for the section finals. The winner of that goes on to the state tournament. For Nathan Cron, for Eagan TV, my name is Skip Newton. Thank you very much for watching.
Just want to give a heads up, give a shout out to our ETV crew, and that's on me. Sorry, Skip, I'm going to interrupt you. It's our producers, Josh Sibley, Joe Chupik, and Greg Borman is our crew here at ETV, and I want to make sure that we say thanks to those guys. I usually get it in sometime in the second half. Apologies, Skip. I'm going to stop your flow there. I'm going to make you do it again.
No worries. It was an exciting game. We all got into it. So thank you everyone for playing, for watching, and a great game, a big win. We are going to the finals. We will see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone.